Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Megan, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review, series of videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I just got through reviewing a drink, and now I'm reviewing something food-related because I was hungry. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck, and whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means that I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. That's the case today. I went over there, got off of work a half hour ago or so, and I went over there and, I didn't have anything for lunch because I forgot to bring something. I didn't feel like buying anything. So I went over there and I'm driving home and I knew, hey, I want to grab something on the way home. And I'm making my way around, kind of thinking up ideas, okay, where am I going to go? And then it popped in my head, wait a second. I know that there's a particular place that just went over there, put out their fall menu, because we're, in September now, so they put out their fall menu. Perfect opportunity, I can get something to eat and do some reviews. So, I ended up going out to Dunkin. This right here is not what I'm reviewing, though. This is their almond spice coffee that I just got through reviewing. This is part of their fall menu. Now, on the online thing, it was talking about, we have like a brown sugar sandwich, blah, 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 blah. I don't know if they don't have that available or if it was the fact that the pretty much the entire display for the drive-thru was taken apart and unhinged and I just didn't see it. I don't know. But I did decide to get a food item. It's something I've had in the past, but it's been a while. It's Boom! What is Boom? It is their sourdough breakfast sandwich, which consists of 2 eggs, 5 slices of bacon, white cheddar on sourdough toast. Sure, I know I've had this one in the past. I could not tell you how long it's been, but yeah, why not? It's a bit of a gimme. So let's open it up. First of all, I want to check to see if there's 5 slices of bacon in here. No, that's not 5. That is not 5. Yeah, that's more like 3. Come on now, Dunkin. Jipping me a little bit here, but let's get a thing for the thing. It looks like that. And we'll kind of ha. Let's eat a sandwich. Only has 3 pieces of bacon on it. I'm disappointed in you, Dunkin. By the way, I reviewed a bunch of Dunkin stuff. I have an entire playlist called Dunkin Sampler Platter Reviews, so if you're interested. And this is one of their few items that's really been, long-lasting, Ever since it came on the menu, it's stuck around. I'm going to say this right now. I don't feel like the sourdough has really been toasted. If it's been toasted at all, it's been toasted very lightly. Because that's still pretty squishy. So, not going to lie, I'm a little bit on the presentation with this one. And to be fair, I like the Dunkin that I go to. It's, typically the one that I go to. They do a good job. But they're skimping on the bacon. They didn't toast my my sourdough. In terms of flavor, it's okay. It's definitely reminiscent of the last time I had it. It has a familiar flavor to it. A lot of what I'm getting is the eggs. But the eggs themselves don't taste terrible. Could be maybe seasoned a little bit better. Maybe a little salt and pepper, I'm just saying. But they're not bad. The other flavor that's really shining through is the sourdough itself. Getting that nice kind of light, light sour flavor from it, which is, of course, the hallmark and one of the things that's nice about some sourdough. I remember one time when I was a kid, back in grade school, my dad would make me sandwiches, for lunch. And he'd make me peanut butter and honey sandwiches, which are delicious. But my dad was big on like rye breads and stuff like that. And he'd make it with sourdough, and it's like, that's not a great combination in my opinion. It just didn't work the way I wanted it to. And I remember I traded lunches with a kid one day, and I was trying to get around. And when I let them know that, oh yeah, it's on sourdough, because I was being honest about it, one kid was like, holy shit, you've got sourdough, fuck yeah, and he like traded me his whole fucking lunch for my sandwich. People really like sourdough. I like it, just, right circumstances. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. You get a little hit from the cheddar. Gives a little bit of a sharpness, a little bit of a tanginess. The bacon, maybe if it had all 5 pieces, it's there. It's adding a little bit of a saltiness. But honestly, it's mostly an egg sandwich with some cheese on the sourdough. The bacon, I would say, is the least impactful part of the whole experience. Because, I mean, the bacon itself, it's fairly thin. It is crispy, I'll give it that, so there's a textural element to it. But, yeah, it's not bad, all things considered. Like, when it comes to Dunkin' and their food and their breakfast sandwiches, it's extremely hit or miss in my experience. I've had some really good things from them. I've had a lot of things that are very kind of not that great. This, I would say, is decent. I wouldn't consider it a highlight, but, like, I can get why it's stuck around. But, that said, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? On occasion, and sure. Like, it's a little bit middle of the road in terms of, again, like, sort of the Dunkin' menu and their breakfast stuff. I do think they have better items on there. But, like I was saying before, I can understand why it's held onto the menu. Because there is a little bit of a personality to it. You don't have, there's plenty of places that do breakfast. Not really too many places, if any, at least in terms of like chains and stuff, that have, the sourdough offering. And there's no denying that, like, there is that attraction to it. It feels a little bit fancier. And I do think that even though mine wasn't really toasted, the sourdough does make a difference, and it does, again, it gives it some personality. The rest of this sandwich is just a basic breakfast sandwich from Dunkin'. It's not anything special, not anything to write home about, but having that sourdough, having the white cheddar, it gives a little something to it. It would never be a go-to item for me, but in terms of Dunkin' stuff, if they, if it's something where, like today, where normally I was going in for an item to review, if it's not there, I wouldn't mind getting it. I'm just not going to go out of my way to get it again. By that same token, if I'm recommending it, it's not a bad thing for what it is. Like, I don't dislike it. I don't think it's anything wrong with it. It's just kind of okay. But at the same time, there is a stalwartness to it. It's been on the menu for quite a long time. There's a reason why. And I think that if you're the best circumstance to go in for this particular sandwich, if you're sick of, McDonald's, if you're sick of Burger King, your normal sort of fast food breakfast spots, this is an okay offering. It's not the best offering you can get from Dunkin', but it's an okay offering. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there yourselves a truly weirdly happy about sourdough-tastic kid rest of your life, like that one kid was. If you could be even half as happy as that one kid was about the sourdough, Jesus. I wonder who the hell that was now. I mean, I'm not going to be able to remember. It wasn't like one of my friends or anything like that. He was just like some kid that I was sitting at the table with. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, do you have any stories about trading lunches when you were a kid? I was always in a little bit of a precarious spot because that sourdough was really about the only thing that I could swing anybody with, because nobody I knew really was into peanut butter and honey. And then typically I'd get a peanut butter and honey sandwich, a Capri Sun, and then like maybe a snack, like more, kind of like a, fruit snack or candy or some shit like that. But usually it was just the Capri Sun and the sandwich. So I didn't usually have much to bring to the table, and typically speaking, it was just like, all right, well, I'm just going to eat my own lunch then. Or because I wasn't a fat kid back then, yeah, it took me a while to get to that. Some days I just wouldn't eat my lunch, just be like, whatever, I have a strong metabolism because I'm, 10. But what about you? Do you have anything you want to go into? Please feel free to comment. I'd be interested to hear. Bye.